Hello, YouTube. Welcome to the FPL Lock-In, where every Saturday night we are here to react to the Premier League football on Saturday from an FPL perspective. Joining me, as always, is the Biscuit, Kanji. How are you doing, my friend?
Hello, I am chilling. Excited to be back. I was unsure if I wanted to show up today after taking a -12 and getting cooked in all the games, but we'll go through it, and I'm glad somehow you guys convinced me to come on.
And Bubbles, Darius, how are you, my friend? I've given everyone new nicknames, by the way. They don't know about it yet.
Oh mate, yeah, Bubbles is hiding me of saving my game week along with along with my ability to read some games of football. But that's it.
And have you enjoyed it, mate? You done the watch along? Your captain Gabriel just come in for you.
Yeah, I didn't actually enjoy watching the Arsenal Newcastle game, but thank the Lord the FA Cup was on at the same time because that was a cracking game of football, and there was some unbelievable goals in that game. I mean, it's not FPL related, but that was a fantastic game.
Southampton to the lead, didn't they? Just having a look.
Yeah. With a worldie, Gary. Southampton scored a worldie, and then Nico Gonzalez said, "Hold my beer," and smashed in a 30-yarder. Oh, what a goal!
Yeah. So in this one, we are going to be doing what you do. We'll react to the games, yesterday's one and today's games. We will talk about how we're getting on so far, our early plans, and then I usually say who can hurt us tomorrow, but of course there is no one can hurt us tomorrow because there's no one playing tomorrow. There's one more game on Monday night. So who can hurt us on Monday night? Man United, Brentford. So I'll start off, lads. I've titled the stream Free Hit Disaster. I've got to be honest, I don't know if it's a disaster or not. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people, on the one hand, Solanke injured. Xavi Simons, I don't have him, but also injured. What else have we had? Salah off for, was it a point? I'm trying to think of who the other popular players are.
Salah, Xavi Simons.
Solanke, Salah, Xavi Simons. Bowen did all right, I guess. Liverpool didn't do anything. Van Dijk got his clean sheet. You had Gakpo, Szoboszlai. I suppose Wirtz, a few people may have had him. But I think generally, on the surface, after Forest went mad last night, and most free hit teams didn't have Forest, but when I look at my rank, I'm not on a red arrow. So I don't know if it's a disaster or not, considering I will have literally only had one player play if I didn't. So it doesn't feel great, but I don't know. Do you think disaster is the right word for that? As the Andrew says in the comments, the free hit template cartel. Free hit.
Who are you asking?
Well, both of you. Kanji, I'll ask you first.
Yeah, no, it's not a disaster at all. I mean, it's just been mid. Just kind of like this whole season in general. Like it's been mid. But like I think it's not really about the free hit in itself. It's more about the strategy, right? No. The strategy was let's wildcard in 32, even though it doesn't look that great because we're setting up for the bench boost in 33. So we're maximizing that bench boost in 33. Then we're gonna just free hit because we have no players really in 34. So it all makes sense. And all the players that have gotten injured, at least you don't own them on your actual team. These are all players you've got that are free hits. And maybe even Palmer and João Pedro will be back with the new coach. Like maybe they weren't actually injured in this game. I mean, that's going to be something to discuss a little bit later. But I think it's been fine. Like the free hit was just good. Most people that went without a free hit this week should have also been okay. Like it should have been a midweek. I mean, Darius and I are on not normal managers. Like I'm on a -12, Darius on a -4. Pretty much everyone else should have been able to keep up. Like you've only really got points from the template free hit picks from, what was it, Pedro Porro and Raya.
The Arsenal.
And yeah, like that's pretty much it, right? I don't know.
Bowen.
And Bowen, yes.
Bowen. Yeah.
Correct. But Bowen is an ideal target to bring in this week. Like
I agree.
He's such a no-brainer. Like West Ham have been playing well. He's on pens, and they're gonna be fighting every single game to stay in the league. So it kind of made sense. Either you're going to go for Bowen or Solanke if you're not on wildcard, right? So anyways.
Darius, do you think the free hit's been a disaster or slightly better than disaster?
Not really, because how many players you got left to play, Gary?
Just Bruno.
You've only got Bruno left as captain. That's it.
Yeah, because I took Thiago out in the last in the last day and put Solanke in like a fool.
Wow. So I could actually catch you on Monday night, even though you've got Bruno captain, because I've got 5 players to play.
For this game week, I mean, yeah, you probably can. Mate.
Yeah, because I was sitting there, I just checked my rank. I was telling everyone on my stream, I'm not going to check my rank because I've got 5 players to play. And I'm actually genuinely shocked that I'm still 808K and I'm only on a -5 red arrow at the moment. But I've got Dango, Cunha, Mbumo, Bruno, and Thiago all to play. So I feel like I might actually get a green without using the free hit, Gary. I could beat Gary's team without a free hit because he went for Spurs in attack.
It is kind of true. I mean, if you go heavy on Arsenal, like they deliver clean sheets. Like in order to win the Premier League, they're not going to be scoring many goals. Like they're gonna try to keep the goals conceded low. So I mean, this is what Arsenal's team has been the entire season. So like every week for Darius is going to depend on if Arsenal clean.
Have you seen the effect?
I've got to get back onto the triple up. I've got to get back on the triple up. I was a bit scared when the double up was like. I've learned my lesson. Double City defense and triple Arsenal, and then just play them every week. 5 men at the back, piss off the midfielders, piss off the forwards, and just hope that the clean sheets come in.
That's a big advantage for you because most of us free hitters have got no Arsenal. I mean, Wildcard was last week. Free hitters have got 0 Arsenal, so it's going to be a big rush to get them back in this week. But this week, Raya's ownership was like 80%. Gabriel was 96%. There's probably a few other ones out there as well. Do you know what I mean? So there wasn't really that much to be gained. But and Kanji, you took the -12 for 2 Crystal Palace defenders, I'm informed, but one of them, Manoz, comes on and does the business for you.
Oh gosh, let's discuss that when we get to the Liverpool game. I'll have my little rant then.
Okay, mate. Let me say hello to you before we start. So, hi to Andrew, RDBB, Craig, Giddy, Combe. Hello, mate. Yeah, please do like the stream and subscribe if you're new here. Hi to Greg, hi to Bobby, Cornell. What else we got in? FBI The Pint, Repent Master, White, Steen saying he's got 47 points with Thiago and Bruno still to play. It's pretty good. Harry's Army, hello mate. Clapton Cheeks, Matthias, and Gito. Getting like trying to pronounce the players' names, trying to play some of these FPL viewers' names. IVB0909, Major Mayer and China and Rob Taff, Eddie Casey. Hello, mates. So yeah, let's get into it, lads. So last night, what a shocker this one was. And maybe I mean a lot of us free hitters were blinded by the Sunderland defence. Not that I think the Sunderland defence actually made it into many free hitters teams, but certainly a lot of us missed out on the Gibbs White last night. So Sunderland 0, Nottingham Forest 5. Gibbs White with the goal, Anderson with a goal. They're both pretty highly under, I think about 30% and 12%. Wood and Jesus also with goals, 2 assists to Jesus. Aina with an assist, Gibbs White with an assist, Owoni with an assist, and bonus for Jesus 3, Gibbs White 2, Wood 1, and defensive contributions for Milenkovic, Anderson, and Anderson. So, yeah, what did you think about it? So we were talking about this one in our group chat, weren't there? I mean, Darius, a man, I'm saying people on free hit, you've got double Sunderland defence, haven't you, mate?
My only regret is that what I should have done in reflection is it's so hard to change old habits. And I'm so used to worrying about team value that I was like, I looked at the things, I was like, oh, yeah, I really like Sunderland defense for like the run in. I think that they're going to be pretty good. I know they had a wobbly last week against Aston Villa. I feel pretty good. And Nottingham Forest, generally speaking, don't score many goals. So I was like, this seems like a bit of a no-brainer. Mukiele, bring him in. He's going to go up in price. Timber's going to go down in price. Happy days. Looks like a good move. Mate, what I should have done is I should have just moved Timber to Saliba. I would have been 6 points better off. And have a clean sheet in the bag, an extra clean sheet in the bag. But I think that I look next week, and they've got Wolves, and I'm like going, Sunderland's clean sheets recently have come away from home, so maybe it might not work this week, but hopefully next week the Sunderland defense comes in. And we watched Wolves today, and they offered nothing. So I'm feeling still pretty confident about that Sunderland defense next week away at Wolves, and that's when that's when I'm bench boosting. So I'm not too annoyed. I'm annoyed that the goal got ruled out though, because Mukiele would have got the assist and ended up with 3, but I still don't know why that was ruled out, because it wasn't a clear and obvious error, and VAR intervened, which just seemed a bit odd to me. But yeah, it's one of those ones where you just sit there and go, yep, whatever, move on. Forest were brilliant for what it's worth. They were fantastic. I was watching that game going, when they scored the first goal, I was like, oh, yeah, fair. They look like they're on here. And then when Sunderland, Roofs literally gave them the second goal, I was like, this is going to be one of them games where every time they get a chance, it's going to go in. And that's exactly what happened in the first half.
It's 4-0 at half time, man.
You'll never guess who Forest play next week.
Oh.
It's kind of like one team is going in one direction and the other team's going the other direction. Forest play Chelsea next week. I mean, looks like Forest going to pick up another result there. I mean, let's see how it goes, but they're looking like they're in a great place in terms of the league table. It seems like West Ham and Spurs were the ones that were really in danger to go down. I think Leeds and Forest are clear, but let's not jump the gun here. Both West Ham and Spurs have picked up wins, as we'll touch on later. But Darius, in order for you to have gone from 1 million to the top 100K, you need to get on a player like Morgan Gibbs-White. But now the opportunity has come and gone, realistically. But it was there. I think he's picked up 33 points in 2 weeks.
What are their fixtures? Because there's always a player at this time of the season with free hits and wildcards who gets put overlooked. You know what I mean? Because they don't have a double game week or whatever. And I think that's him this season. Chelsea away, Newcastle at home, Man United away, Bournemouth at home. It's not terrible.
I mean, if you're looking at a game week 38 punt, I mean, Gibbs-White could be the one. Even Elliot Anderson probably will definitely get DEFCON in the Bournemouth game. Definitely he'll hit DEFCON, so he'll probably have 4 in that game. Anyways, what
I would say, when you look at the remaining 4 for Nottingham Forest, West Ham and Spurs, I'd argue that Nottingham Forest's 4 fixtures in theory are the hardest. They haven't got like a Leeds at home in there, whereas Spurs and West Ham both have Leeds at home. And I think, if I'm being brutally honest, I think outside of the Arsenal game, I think West Ham have the best fixtures, the best 3 other fixtures of the 4, if that makes sense. So, and I feel like they're still playing the best football out of those 3 teams consistently. It's going to go down to the wire. I really think it's going to go down to game week 38, the relegation battle.
Yeah, definitely.
I think Forest will be in it though.
But it's just like what Gibbs-White. Oh, bro, Gibbs-White was there. Like even for you on free hit, Gary, you seen Gibbs-White pick up 20 points last week, and were you tempted?
No, not really, because away against Sunderland, on paper, I would have given Sunderland a fairly high chance of keeping the clean sheet, as Darius said. Bringing in. So no, not really. I don't think there were some players that did well today. That did cross my mind, like Isaac and stuff, but. Yeah, Gibbs-White, I don't think I ever even looked at him. Because everyone was saying you missed the points last week, weren't they? You missed the points last week, but sometimes it doesn't work out like that. Yeah,
it's something I've actually something I want to talk about is it's like when a player is in form, they seem to just be playing at a different level. Like I play in a football league. Right now I'm out of form. So I play in a league with my friends back in Toronto, but I'm currently in a different city. I'm in Kingston. So I only play in that league in Toronto once a month. And when I play, I don't really play at a good level. When I was playing every single week and I was like in form, like I play right back or right wing, when I'm getting goals and assists, I feel like it's easier and I'm more confident to get it the next week too. So maybe in FPL, we should consider like form a little bit more strongly than fixtures. Fixtures are obviously king in my opinion, but I think we should value form. I'm sure there's people out there like casuals saw, Gibbs-White picks up like 20 points last week, brought him in this week and they're rewarded,
I think especially what you're saying, it may be true towards the end of the season because over, a long period of time, you look at fixtures, you've only got 4 game weeks left now. And a lot of the teams may be on the beak or maybe, bottling it or whatever. So fixtures may not mean so much anyways. Possibly now would be the time to look at form more than, earlier on in the season when the fixtures are sort of key. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and to be fair, the Chelsea fixture coming up for Forest, I mean, it's a good fixture. I mean, Chelsea have been spiraling out of control. I mean, we would look, we can talk about Chelsea right now. This is the moment to discuss it. There were pictures of João Pedro, I think, and Palmer in training again. So I just want to mention there's a chance they're not actually injured. Like Palmer had a potential hamstring injury, so he missed the second game in the double, and João Pedro didn't train that week, or he picked up an injury, missed both games in the double last week. They didn't have a fixture this week, but they're miraculously back in training when they signed a new coach, and the former coach got fired.
Haven't they got FA Cup?
Maybe they have one tomorrow. I don't know. I'm not sure.
The FA Cup?
Would know. Chelsea versus Leeds, is that?
Yeah, Chelsea Leeds is tomorrow night. FA Cup. Yep.
So we'll see tomorrow then, won't we? Hopefully then. But then again, they won't bench him. Surely he's got to play them, isn't he? If they are fit, they've got to play, haven't they? You'd have thought. But
I mean, they have nothing to play for this year. I mean, their season is done.
Yeah, there could be people with a lot of injuries. There could be people with a lot of injuries if those two aren't fit, and say, I don't know, people did take a punt on Eze or Solanke on this week, as in they weren't free. They weren't on their free hit. There could be some problems. But
I would say, like, let me ask you this question, Gary. So you're going to come back to your normal team, right? Are you going to be selling Palmer and João Pedro? Or are you just going to hold them through? Like, what's the plan here?
Well, my plan, I've got 3 free. Well, I think I'll have 4 free. Actually, let me check. I don't actually know. I think I've got 3 free transfers, but yeah, so I've got 3 free transfers. My original plan was to roll into 36 when obviously they've got it's the next double game week, isn't it? But I don't know now. I mean, after today, I haven't got Gabriel, and that I think is going to be my priority. And yeah, I'd probably get rid of Palmer a bit quicker because he would free up money. But João Pedro, I'm not really overly keen to sell him unless I have to. But who have you got? Have you got either one of them?
No, I have not.
You don't. Okay, it's a problem, not for you. Can we move on to the Fulham? Can we move on to the Fulham Villa game? So Fulham 1, Villa 0. My man all season returning, Anderson. Unfortunately, not in my team this week. To Sessegnon with a goal, Lukic with the assist. Bonus points for Anderson and Sessegnon look like they're sharing 3 at the minute, which means Leno would be on 1. And then bonus point, defense contributions to Anderson, of course. I'm not sure. Is Sessegnon a midfielder or a defender this season?
Midfielder this season.
Okay, so he would have missed out. Lukic, I'm not sure if he's a defender or a midfielder. Yeah, not much. I mean, I was disappointed. It's the first time I've owned Wilson all season. And, Darius, he's been one of your men, hasn't he? And I've been able to watch your live streams where you're on about how great he was. Like, finally, I can get a bit of the Wilson love, but nothing. From all accounts, I hear this was a bit of a non-starter of a match.
Well, I don't understand why anyone went for Wilson this week. Villa aren't a team that concede a lot of goals. So, I don't know why people went there. I thought, in fairness, there was more obvious to go for Morgan Rogers, who was a hell of a lot closer to scoring than Wilson, but that doesn't say much because Wilson wasn't even close to scoring and Rogers missed by about a metre of the post, and that was the closest he got all game.
And he got booked, Wilson.
Yeah, I look at the fixtures for Fulham and I go, Harry Wilson was an obvious sell on Wildcard 32 and not to own again this season until potentially 37 when they've got Wolves away and then Newcastle at home to finish the season, because they ain't getting anything against Arsenal next week. Let's be fair. And I don't think they're going to do much against Bournemouth either, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised people went to Wilson. A bizarre pick on a free hit, I think.
But he's only free. We're not going to add him for Arsenal, are we? He's only on.
Why didn't you go for Kevin Dewsbury Hall?
Kevin Dewsbury Hall. Another one didn't even really think of it. Didn't even really think of him.
I literally said West Ham would win that game 2-1. I said Kevin Dewsbury Hall will be involved in the goal for Everton. And
that's probably why. If you said that, that's probably why I didn't do it, then, mate, isn't it?
Why'd you bring in Jared Bowen then? If you were for that philosophy, you didn't use Bowen.
Well, Jared Bowen, everyone and his mum and his dog's got Jared Bowen now, haven't they?
I think he was like 70%.
I don't think they've got him in game week 35 though.
No, well, I won't have him next week. I probably won't have him for the rest of the season. But Kanji, did you see this one? Any thoughts, any learnings from this one? I think from an FPL perspective, these teams are both not really on our radars now, are they? The rest of the season.
I don't think I've owned an Aston Villa player from like Wildcard 4. I think I've avoided Aston Villa entirely. I mean,
yeah, Sam.
I did notice one thing. I think Rodgers took a penalty in Europa League or Conference League, whichever league that they were in. I think he missed it. But because Rodgers never had pen share and he never gets high XG, he's one of those like players that I always look to avoid because he doesn't get high XG chances. He's like an XG overperformer. So once he marries like XG with an XG overperforming player, that's when I'll consider him. But I never liked him. And Watkins has always been wasteful with chances, and he was never nailed.
He missed a lot. Missed a lot today, didn't he?
Yeah, so I've never really liked any of these players personally, but that's my own personal bias. Like, and then for example, even Konza's never been good for DEFCON, so like he's not part of the FPL meta anymore. So I'm just not interested. Why were we gonna get to Cash? I know he has good XGI, but we have DEFCON center back, so we don't need these types of players. So like, basically, I haven't really considered Aston Villa all season long. One of the only players I've really considered is Joachim Anderson. And he's sitting there. The man picked up an 11-pointer. I know Darius does not like the player. And I know Gary actually loves the player. So it's really funny how this dynamic is.
Thing, yeah. What Kanji saying? I was like, why does no one on free hit have Elliot Anderson?
You mean Joachim Anderson?
No. Why do none of them have Elliot Anderson? Why do none of them have Binderson? And they combined for 20 points, and yet they went for the likes of Xavi Simmons and Solanke in their team. And you've got to wonder, that's got to be a skill issue. That has to be a skill issue. There's no other reasoning other than skill issue.
You've got Sorry, go on, mate. We'll go to Spurs next, won't we?
No. I was going to rant about something on my own. But if I was template, you would bet your bottom dollar I'd be on Ismail Assar this week. But that's not really contextual. I don't think I would have owned any players from this game on free hit. So I don't even think there's much to really discuss.
No, I don't think so. I don't think anyone's really targeting them for the rest of the season. So let's move on to your beloved Liverpool versus Crystal Palace. So, I mean, this one was frustrating, owning 3 Liverpool players and getting nothing. Well, I suppose Virgil got DEFCONs. But Robertson, Wirtz, and Isak with his goal. I think I'm right in saying this is his first one at Anfield.
I don't even know. Like, I assume
he scored at Anfield before. He scored at Anfield.
I think he might have scored for someone. Like, I think it was like a little touch pass to Isak earlier in the season. Remember when he scored and then got injured in the same move? Maybe that could have been Gakpo. I don't know. Anyways, but like, let me put it like this: if I told you Liverpool were going to be playing against Crystal Palace, would you really have considered tripling up on them? Like, I don't understand why the free hitters were this high. Let me read you Liverpool's form against them. Like, Liverpool were going to dictate how well the free hit was going to do and how much you were going to gain versus the non-free hitters, right? Like, Liverpool have 0 wins in the last 3 games versus Palace this season and only 1 win in the last 6 games versus Palace. But yet, they still were really strongly targeted on free hit. And they ended up picking up the 3-1 win. But there's a reason why the main assets didn't get points. And by main assets, I'm going to ignore Florian Wirtz until the end. If you look at the XG in the game, Liverpool...
Can I just finish reading through stuff?
Of course. Oh, yeah, of course.
Just for review. So Isaac with the goals, McAllister with 2 assists, Jones. Haven't you noticed Curtis Jones? He's easily mistakable for Salah, isn't he, Darius? Manoz with a goal and Sarr with the assist. Szoboszlai book, which was straight in, and then bonus points for McAllister 3, Isaac 2, Wirtz 1, defense contributions, Curtis Jones, McAllister, Virgil van Dijk, Kanate, Kamada, Lacroix, and Canvot. If anyone's wondering why I'm doing that, Darius may have made a slight mistake between Salah and Curtis Jones earlier on, mate, and annoyed me because I thought I had a bloody assist from Salah.
I didn't see
it was an honest mistake. I was sitting there, I was watching, and I was like, I went in and I was like going, because I had all 3 games open, Kanji. I was watching them all. I was like, oh my God, he's in here. And I was like, oh, what a pass. And I was like, because it was like smaller and I didn't have my glasses on, let's be fair. I've got them on now so I can read what the chat's saying. But he played it and I was like, oh, I watched the ball back. I watched the game back. They obviously zoom in a bit when they like do the replay. And I was like, Oh, Sutler's off to the right. It's not his assist. Trig would have been fuming. Trig would have walked out of the stream.
Kanji, I cut you off, mate. What were you saying? Sorry.
Like just specifically touching on the XG. Like remember, the template on free hit is going strong on Liverpool. Liverpool have poor form, 1 win in the last 6 versus Palace, but somehow they picked up 3 goals, and it's just because the template always wins, right? Well, if you take a look at the XG in the game, Liverpool had 1 XG, Palace had 2.25. It's just nuts. Like, I don't understand why people were tripling up. Like, I never really liked the Van Dijk pick. Everyone that I talked to within my friend group that was on free hit, I put them all off of Van Dijk. And I actually put them onto other differential, like, defenders like Mavropanos and Pedro Porro or whatever. Like, Michael Keane, Tarkowski. I'm like, go there instead, right? And then just spend your Liverpool assets in attack. But the thing that I have to apologize to Gary for is on Isak. I think last week we were on stream. You're a Newcastle fan, you know, you obviously have a lot of affection for Isak, and now he went to Liverpool, but I just didn't think he was the right pick based on X minutes, though, right? Like, if you consider like Isak's X minutes recently, it hasn't been strong. So there's a reason that I think you're avoiding him.
Judas, I call him after his betrayal of Newcastle. But yeah, no, I think, but you weren't the only one. I mean, Andrew said the same thing, FPL Nightmare, you know, none of the content creators had him in. I just think it was a risk, wasn't it? It was a risk. And I don't think he didn't do much apart from the goal, did he?
Yeah, exactly.
No, he did. He got lucky. He got lucky as well because McAllister was actually shooting it. He just took it down really well because it was not a deliberate pass. He did very well though. Yeah, what I will say though, me and Kanji were talking about Crystal Palace. I'm going to divert onto Liverpool. You can go back to Liverpool in a minute, but we all know that they got lucky to win this game 3-1. Let's be fair.
But the reason it's relevant though is because they have the double right later on.
Yeah. And let's talk about Palace. Because Kanji had to make a decision on his -12 right this week, right? He just sat there. Me, Nightmare, and Kanji were all awake at the same time. Kanji obviously is, 12 hours behind me. I'm 12 hours behind. Nightmare's somewhere in the middle, and somehow we're all up, and we're the only ones up. And Kanji's like, I'm going to buy a Palace defender on a -12. And I was like, and he goes, it's Richards. And I was like, why the hell are you buying Richards, man? Buy Camvo. Camvo's literally, since he's come into the team, been bossing the DC. He's gotten +2 points. He's racking up like the XG chances as well. And what happens? Who got the DC, Kanji? Who got it? Was it Richards or was it Camvo?
Who did you bring in, Kanji?
I ended up going Richards. And I went there. I didn't do it for DEFCONs. I didn't do it for XGI. I did it for X minutes. Like straight up.
You got Munoz. You got Munoz.
Yeah, I've got Munoz. Munoz was, I don't think he was ever in doubt. If anything, I can be annoyed at myself because I don't even need Richards. I have 2 million in the bank. I could have gone to Saliba. Like I could have gone to Lacroix. I have money to spend. I have money to burn. But I decided to leave it in the bank for Bukayo Saka for 37. Hopefully it delivers when I get there.
Why did you do that? I can't actually believe you've left the money in the bank to do that move. That is,
bro. I got it. Look, if Arsenal are fighting for goal difference, they have to smack Burnley. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to Saka. I'm gonna need like a nice captaincy differential there. So let's go.
I see why you
probably.
I see why you took the hits of Crystal Palace now because obviously you're preparing for 36, aren't you?
Yes, 100%. Like if it's interesting as I think most people are on your strategy, which is bench boost 33, free hit 34. Palace are going to be like somebody that you're going to consider later on, right? You're going to say, okay, Palace are going to double with Man City likely in 36 or 37, depending on if Bournemouth gets moved into 36.
Yeah, I'm not touching him till then.
Yeah, until then you don't need to worry about it because in 35, that's in between 2 Europa League semifinal games. So they should be rotating in the Premier League, right? But what's also interesting about that game is Bournemouth. And you know what happens when you play against Bournemouth? High lines, DEFCON City for center backs, for midfielders, a high line for Ismail Assar. Like that is like a perfect game for Palace to destroy Bournemouth on the counter, everyone to get points. But
that's in 35.
We don't know if they'll play in 35. We don't know if Palace will play a good 11 there. We don't know. We don't even know, right? And then so for you, it's easy to avoid in 35. Then in 36, it's the double, so you bring them in. So you have an extra week to basically hold your transfers and bring them in later. But for me, who doesn't have a free hit in 34, I'm looking at it like, okay, I only have 8 players because I planned poorly and I switched my strategy to free hit 33 last minute. So I only have 8 players this week in 34. So why don't I target Crystal Palace, who play 34, and then also double later on? Like, it kind of made sense from my perspective to just go take the -12 here and then only gain rank for the rest of the season with my bench boost to come and my triple captain to come. So the key thing is, like, should I bench boost in 35? Assuming the double game week is in 36, and that's for City, that's the triple captain, right? So should I be bench boosting in 35 or in 37? And with the uncertainty over Crystal Palace minutes in 35, even though I love the fixtures, I should be benching them. So they're going to be riding my bench, and they're probably going to get points if they start. But I just can't trust the minutes. So 37 bench boost for me. But anyways, regardless, the major talking point is going to be about Salah, right? Everybody on free hit went to Mo, and he picked up the little hamstring injury. It was like a pass from Soboslai. It was like slightly behind him. I think he like stretched for it or something, and then he felt his hamstring went down, and he was subbed off before the 60th minute. And I'm sure there's going to be a few differential managers that went out there and captained him. Even last week, there's going to be differential managers that captained Cole Palmer in the double instead of Erling Haaland. And like, if you were ever chasing at this point in the season, you've really got clobbered for captaincy, unless you've been going to Gabriel, really, because that's just how it is. So it's unfortunate for people chasing and for those on free hit that targeted Salah. But let me tell you, Salah was not supposed to return in this game. He doesn't have a good return rate in this game, but he was a perfect differential to target. But I'm personally glad it didn't work out, even though I'm a Liverpool fan and Liverpool won and Salah blanked and everyone on free hit went to him. So it works out for me. But there were moments for Salah, though, for sure.
The problem was he did get the assist, and then Curtis Jones stole it off of him, didn't he? By more.
What happened to Dirty Dom? Can someone explain what happened to Dirty Dom in this game, please?
Dude, Dominic Soboslai is not.
DCs either.
He didn't get DCs. He didn't have set piece opportunities.
He did nothing.
Really.
What did he do in this game? He did nothing.
No.
Yeah, and
he got booked. Customary booking.
Yeah, and he didn't even need to get booked. It was like the 2 minutes of the game. It's a free kick that someone else on the team has given away, and then he just kicks the ball out of bounds just to like waste time. This guy, it's not like look, he's gonna be the potential captain in a few seasons, right? It does seem that way, but he just needs to control. Like he needs to just be more calm. Like even a few weeks ago when he had like the turnover, like right in front of the goalie, and then the other team scored. It's like he just needs to eradicate these moments from his game, and he'll just be one of the best players in the league, like in midfield. He will be. But
it's annoying this. Like Harry Wilson got booked for dissent. All of them are getting bookings they didn't blooming need. But, wait.
I didn't even touch on the two most important things. One, there's a player that does very well and Salah doesn't play, and his name is Florian Wirtz. And were you surprised? Salah goes off the pitch, Wirtz gets more influence into the game, and he scores a low XG chance. And these are the moments that us Liverpool fans, when we're watching, that we hope we can see more of in the future. In terms of the Crystal Palace goal, it was like a shot from Ismaila Sarr. Obviously, Ismaila Sarr's running in behind. He's onside this time. A few times he was offside, but he was onside this time. It was a save by Woodman, who was like the backup goalie that's playing because the other two in front of him are injured. He makes the save. Then I think he tweaked his hamstring or his knee or something. He goes down. The ball falls to Munoz. He's outside the box. He doesn't care. He chips it from outside the box into the net. And it counts as a goal because he doesn't need to clear the ball. But did you guys think that was like poor sportsmanship, or did you guys have any opinion on that?
No, I thought the goalkeeper was milking the crap out of it, and I thought it was a perfectly legitimate goal. Kanji, not gonna lie. And I knew there was blanking Gary's clean sheet for Virgil, and I was like, 14 Munoz.
Okay, should we move on then to West Ham? So West Ham to Everton 1, Souček and Wilson with a goal. Bowen coming in with 2 assists, which is nice, but he is very highly owned. Gooseberry Hall getting a goal for Nightmare. I think he was one of his chances in this week, wasn't he? Tarkowski with the assist. And then we got bonus points for 3 for Souček, 2 for Hall, 1 for Gooseberry. Sorry, say that again. 3 for Souček, 2 for Bowen, 1 for Gooseberry Hall. And then defensive contributions for... I'm not sure if Panos and Diassi are defenders, but if they are, they would have got them. And Ghana. Thoughts on this one, lad. Big win for... I want to ask you this first, Darius. Why are you so keen for West Ham to stay up and for Tottenham to get relegated? Because that's what you were on about all day.
Because realistically, I think Forest probably... I don't know. Actually, they could still go down. I want Spurs to go down because my missus is all their family are West Ham fans.
Oh,
so
right,
I'd
fair enough.
want West Ham to go down. So for me, I'm all in on the West Ham. Whatever his name, Danny Dyer, Jared Bowen, love affair, whatever the hell's going on. I'm here for it. I hope they stay out.
It's weird for me because I've got West Ham. Literally's ground is literally like a couple of miles that direction, and Tottenham ground is like a couple of miles in the other direction. So I'm like stuck in between them. But
whatever you say, whichever one goes down, they're taking you out, Gary. So watch out.
They probably are. Yeah. Thoughts on the games, Darius? Do you want to start us off with this one, mate?
Yeah. I mean, but Jared Bowen. I mean, where would West Ham be if they did not have Jared Bowen? He's good. He's literally carrying. I mean, that I struggle to understand. I still struggle to understand how Nuno keeps on leaving Callum Wilson on the bench and plays those idiots up front that have no idea what a goal is. Like Taddy, useless. Pablo, I actually think that me on one leg would be better than Pablo in that team. I'm like, that's being conservative. I think I could be on no legs and I'd still be better than Pablo in that team. If I'm being brutally honest, he's not very good. And I don't understand why Callum Wilson is relegated to the bench. Thank God he came on and actually won him the game. I don't understand. But it was a really cracking game of football. Everton had their chances. I actually thought that Everton should have had a penalty in the second half. It was a clear hand by Mateus Fernandes. I didn't realize you can punch the ball and get away with it, but apparently you can. VAR checked it, said it was fine. Sometimes I just wonder about what the rules actually are.
That would have been points. That would have been points for Iliman NDI, by the way. That would have been my pick if he got
But it was a clear handball. He literally punched the ball, Kanji. He came around his hand.
He punched it out of bounds. It was crazy.
I was like, how's that not a penalty? His hands touched the ball deliberately. And he obviously hasn't deliberately, but it's a deliberate movement to move his hand. It's not a natural.
Why do we have VAR in the first place? Surely
it's crap.
A VAR moment.
It is crap. And sometimes it's like that Salah when the referee gave the penalty in that game. That's when VAR looks good.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a horrible decision.
I didn't even mention that.
Yeah, a horrible decision by the ref, fixed by VAR. Then you get decisions like last night where the Mukiele assist and the Ballard goal ruled out. I didn't think that should have been ruled out. I didn't think it was clear and obvious. I thought it was just, Mukiele doesn't go to foul him. I didn't think that was a foul, but that's just my interpretation of what I think are the rules. But then today you sit there and see other incidents. You're like, why are they intervening? Why are they not intervening? I mean, that's a clear handball. I mean, it can't get more clear than that. Your hands left your body, your side of your body. You've gone around, tried to foul the player anyway by hugging him, and you've hit the ball with your hand. That's the handball.
Yeah, I know.
I'm thinking from an FPL perspective, if you got Bowen, you're keeping him. Everton have got City away next. You're probably not going near any Everton players, are you?
After City, you're going to Dewsbury Hall 100%. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah? So who have they got after? Let's have a quick look.
Great fixtures.
They have got... who am I looking at? Everton. Crystal Palace away, Sunderland at home, Spurs away. Yeah, I guess you're right, actually.
They have Man City next week. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You can't buy them this week, I don't think.
No, but maybe afterwards.
Wait. No, we got to touch on this. There's a player that has scored a gazillion points. In fact, he's produced double digits in 2 of the last 3 weeks. I don't know how many points he has, but he has no goals since game week 24 points. He has 0 points since game week 24, but he has 9 assists. Dude, Jared Bowen is actually on freaking fire. Because if you think about it, this guy is
saying all season, Kanji.
Yeah, and here's the thing: I've always loved Jared Bowen, always, because I had such good memories with him. Jurgen Klopp used to say Bowen was his favorite non-top 5, top 6 player in the league, and I've always rated him, right? But the thing is, he was never an FPL pick because of penalties, And the moment I knew he was going to get pens, I'm like, this guy's always going to be on my radar, always, because like he's just a fantastic player. Now he has right-sided corners. I don't know if he has free kicks or not. Maybe you Darius would know, or you would know. But apart from that, he has pens as well. He hasn't had a single pen. Like, if you really think about it, this is what Bumo was when he was at Brentford. He was a pretty similar asset on the free kicks, on the corners, on the pens, and we kept him in pretty much the entire season. I will tell you this from now. If West Ham stay up and Bowen is less than 8.5 in price, he is the only lock in my Game Week 1 team. And I will probably never mention this until my team reveal in Game Week 1.
Never say that.
I'm being honest. I'm being honest. Like, I genuinely am honest. He is Mr. West Ham. I know exactly what he's been doing for the last few years. Always been on my radar. I think he's an extra overperformer, and he has set piece share and pen share. Like, this guy's a lock, like straight up.
Harry Dawson's selling him on Wildcard.
Bro, this guy gets DEFCONs as well.
No, he nearly got him today.
And next year he'll be a midfielder again. Like, we're gonna be really struggling to pick our forward, apart from maybe Thiago and a few other options. But
he had that great breakthrough season, didn't he? And he's sort of been like hovering around the last couple of years, maybe not quite justifying his price, but he seems to be back now, doesn't he? To the
Can I actually respond to that? I think you might be incorrect. Yeah. So let me look at this. So this is since 2020, 2021. 140 points, 200 points, 145 points, 182 points, 193 points. And then where is he at this year? 167. So like with a few games left, he'll probably pick up like 175. He'll be around there.
But it's that 200 point barrier. I mean, he nearly got there last year.
Yeah, he doesn't. Here's the thing. He hasn't had pens. He doesn't take pens, and he's still getting 180 points. Imagine you give him like 4 penalties in the season. He's going to pick up another 20 points just like that, and he's going to be ticking over 200. Even in a bad season, he'll be at 170. Like, this guy, I'm telling you, he's an elite player.
Where is he on the list of forwards? 3rd.
And Thiago, look how many goals Thiago has this season. Think about it. Look how many goals Thiago has. I think he was right behind Haaland last week. I think he has like 20 goals or something like that. All right, anyways, let me not hype him up too much. Hopefully he's a differential when we get when we win next year.
Okay, let's move on to the game.
One sec about Jared Bowen, though, before we go on to the game week. Kanji's right. Jared Bowen has been a way better asset because he's been turned into a forward this year. That won't happen next year. He'll be back in the midfield zone. The reason why he's been such a much better asset this year is for the 8 goals he has scored. Every time he scores a goal, he gets 3 bonus. Whereas last year, he quite often scored a goal and got no bonus. So he actually gets more, even though a goal's worth less points as a forward compared to a midfielder. Last year, you get the goal 5 points. But when he scores this year, he gets the 4, but he literally almost every single time I think he scored this year, he's got 3 bonus. 3. So actually his goal's been worth 7 points rather than 5, which has been brilliant.
And he doesn't really get many clean sheets at West Ham anyway. So he doesn't really benefit from getting the clean sheet points, but he benefits by getting more points from the goal, right? Because he gets 7 instead of 6 when he scores.
He's probably the player with most reached points in the entire game when you consider
100%. 100, maybe
except Bruno's in front, but Bowen's not far behind.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to Wolves Spurs, which is probably the most frustrating one, I guess, for some free hitters at least, although Porro came in. So Wolves 0, Wolves 0, Spurs 1. Palhinha with the goal, Richarlison with the assist. Obviously, we should say probably from the free hit perspective, the biggest thing here was Solanke off on, 39 minutes injured, and Simon's off on about 61 minutes. Porro, yellow carded, but he picks up 2 bonus points. Palhinha picks up 3. Van de Ven picks up 1. Defensive contributions for Gomez, Bueno. Andre, if he is a defender. Bentancur, Porro, Gallagher, Danza. No, not Danza. Sorry, he's on 9. I mean, this is one of those I think the free hit. I mean, I haven't got Zappy Simons, so but I know a lot of people did. this was kind of what it was resting on in terms of like getting a big advantage, because Solanke and him were the real big differentials. But Kanji, what do you think of this game, mate? I mean, at least in the free hitters, I guess Porro did return something for us. I'm sure I would have been on a big red arrow about him.
Yeah, I think for me, it's about counting my lucky stars. Last week it was João Pedro. Thankfully, he missed both games, so he kind of made the gap between bench boosts and like free hits smaller. Because if JP played, even that would have been a maybe 6, 7, 8 point swing for bench boosters. But like this week is another example. You've already picked up your double Arsenal clean sheet. You've already picked up your Pedro Porro differential haul for what was it, 8, 9+ points. If you had picked up a goal from Spurs, from either one of Solanke or Xavi Simons, you would have been cooking everyone. But and Salah as well. But these guys didn't come in. And that's the thing. When you use your chips, you need your differentials to deliver, and they didn't. So I'm thankful that didn't happen. I even saw the guy from Planet FPL, his name is James. He said he's going to pick Solanke to blank. Now, of course, there's a little bit of luck there where Solanke's been subbed off with the injury.
Big Spurs fan, James.
And I don't have much to say because I didn't watch this game. My eyes were fully fixed on the Liverpool game, and then being frustrated with Liverpool, I was like packing my bag and taking a shower, not trying to watch the other games. So there is more input,
Darius, what did you think? You did watch the game, mate?
I have to ask Gary a question first, though. How on earth did Solanke make your free hit draft?
Review. And the fact that everyone had him in. Everyone had him in. And right, so I kind of want to say,
hold on. Are you admitting, just really quickly, just to clarify for the audience, are you admitting that you just solely rely on review, or you are a copycat? Which one is it?
Neither.
Good, Gary, because I was concerned there for a minute.
It's funny. That's going to be a major discussion.
It's a mixture of both. We're going to get onto this in the discussion point later on, but I don't know. It's a matter of
the chat loved that.
Thiago was in my free hit team right until Friday morning, and then I'm listening to all the podcasts, and they're like, because it's a matter of, I'm at 70,000. It's a matter of, do I want to try and stick to that 70,000? In which case, it's keep Thiago. He's 40% owned. Or do I want to try and get ahead? You know what I mean? With this 3 hit rather than just stay behind. Solanke.
Did you realize, though, Gary? One second. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I just want to explain. The 40% that own him are behind you. And you literally, you free hit it into a bloke that everyone in front of you has because they're all on free hit. So if you'd actually sat there and taken Thiago on your team, it actually would have been a differential around your rank because everyone fucked him off.
Possibly. Yeah, Trig didn't have him. Yeah, so that was the reason. But I mean, he got 2 goals this season, 1 assist, an injury-prone player. It was a risk. And I suppose Simon's, although I don't own him, it's the same. He's had a lot of injury problems, hasn't he? It was a risk. It was a risk, but we all knew that. You know what I mean?
I remember from Solanke last year when I remember this because I'm going to tell you, Gary, about this. I was like, I bought in Solanke before my first wild card last season when I had the really good rank, and I captained him against Ipswich Town. I was like, after that moment in time, I was like, never again am I going near this absolute fraudulent player that thinks that he's actually any good at playing football. He's not. I was so adamant that he was going to do nothing. And when he went down injured, I was like, well, case closed. The unit was correct.
Yeah, Solanke is an interesting one. He's kind of like DCL, where they usually get the 90 minutes. They usually get the pens, but they are historically poor finishers. So these are the types of analytics picks that you can avoid, really. But at the same time, they should have high EO because a lot of the analytics nerds are on them. So,
Solanke he's done about 40%, I think, now for this game week.
Yeah, because of all the free hits.
40% of idiots.
It must be
such a skill issue. If you pick Solanke on your free hit draft,
50% in top 10K.
No sympathy for any idiot out there that picked Solanke, that picked Xavi Simons, that picked any Spurs assets. You can consider yourself lucky that Pedro Porro returned because They were horrendous. They were so lucky to get a result in that game. They're actually the definition of just a really crap football team, and they deserve to go down to the championship because they're shit.
It made me laugh what the Wolves fan was singing during the game, apparently. You're coming down with the Wanderers. You come.
That's actually really funny to be fair.
Yeah, I know. It's like when you've been relegated, it's like a self-deprecating thing, you know. You're coming down with us. You know what I mean?
We're taking you with us. You're not escaping.
Kanji, any thoughts on?
I think Wolves did Spurs a favor. They didn't want to play against Spurs in the championship. You know, like who knows who like Spurs could have bought. I mean, they have Madison. They've got Kulusevski probably coming back next season. 2 class players. I don't know if they'd even want to go down. Maybe they would be sold, but they would probably come back up right away. I mean, that's what I would assume. They have too much quality if everyone stayed. So it's better for Wolves that Spurs don't go down with them, in my opinion.
I think it's a good for Solanke if he goes down to the championship because that's probably his level, and that's where I'd pick him in the EFL. There's an EFL championship fantasy game, isn't there? Like championship below. He's a lock, 100%. I'd captain him every week in the championship. Premier League, you're an idiot if you bring him in. That's all I'm going to say.
What was his best season in the Premier League?
When he was on the bench, he couldn't pick him. He couldn't get burnt.
Who did Spurs sign him from?
Bournemouth. Remember. He actually had a half-decent season that year.
Yeah, he did. He had got like 12 goals or something one year, didn't he?
A lot of penalties. But yeah, he got it.
Yeah, you're right. I did want to say, like, if you're looking at it from a free hit perspective, if you had gone for Pedro Porro and Solanke or Pedro Porro and Xavi Simons, you're sitting there with 9+1 for 10 points between 2 players. Like, you've done a good job. It's fine. And like, you know, I actually like, you can't complain with it, right? It's kind of like when you look at Van Dijk, 4 points, you can't really complain. Like I want to say this, when I was in preseason and I was researching players, there were 2 players that I liked before the prices came out, before the fixtures came out. The 2 players I have my eye on were Bruno Fernandes and Pedro Porro. So it's just, we haven't really had Spurs pick up any form for me to consider going to Porro, but he'll always be on my radar.
I think a lot of people had him in Game Week 1. I wouldn't say everyone, but a lot of people. He was very popular in Game Week 1 from what I remember. And then he didn't do anything. It was Van der Ven and all the other defenders.
Oh, yeah.
did well early season, wasn't it?
At some point, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, it was them that did well. I think Romero did pretty well. Okay, let's move on to the final match. Newcastle. 1-0 to the Arsenal. So they're getting back to... I guess they sort of had to win this one, didn't they? Or they really would have been in the word that I'm not going to say. SH something. So as they scored, Havertz with the assist for your differential, Darius, but then he went off injured, didn't he? Bonus points for Raya 3, which is surprising because he very rarely gets anything other than 6 or 2, does he? Gabriel 2 and Hincampe 1. Defensive contributions for Zubimendi, Hincampe. Gabriel just missing out your captain there, Darius, with 9. Could be changed later on.
Bring Tom Hadley on the phone.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was waiting for the update. You know, the weird thing, right? Like, so I'm sure everyone that's a few people in the chat probably watched the watch along. He literally got ahead of Gary. They pumped the ball forward, and Gabriel rose up.
I was watching him, mate. I was watching.
If that's not a clearance, I don't know what is. He's gone up. He's headed the ball about 30 meters.
It was a pass right to like somebody right in front of him.
It's got to be something, Kanji. Like, that is not just a pass. Like, he's gone up, he's headed the ball. It's just pure luck it's gone to someone if it has gone to someone. Like, that has to count, surely. If that's not a DC, what is it? What is it? What is DC? If that's not a DC, what is it? Like, he's cleared it away.
I was watching him, Darius, because usually, you know, Darius will finish his streams about 10, 15 minutes before he joins us. So I was like, 5 minutes before, is he forgotten? So I went in his chat and he's like, no, I'm just refreshing to see, waiting for the DC to update. I think you'd have probably been there all night, Darius, if you weren't.
Still going, still open. Come on, Tom Hadley, come to the rescue.
That will be the moment,
and
though.
Burn also defensive contributions. Lads, can I hand this one over to you to talk to while I quickly pop downstairs?
Yeah, do you mind just scrolling down slightly to like the defensive contributions and bonus, please?
Yeah, of course, man.
Perfect.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Before we even touch on any of the game, it's so dumb how Malik Chow has picked up all these goals in DEFCONs, and I bring him in and he's just done nothing, bro. He's sitting there with my last defender on my bench, and I was sitting here like, okay, at least he'll play versus Arsenal. Arsenal max are going to score 2 goals. So I was like, okay, worst case scenario is 1 point, but he'll get DEFCONs for 3. But this guy just cannot get them. And then when you own him, he does nothing. And when you don't own him, he goes big. You know what I mean?
Hold on. So I've this is sad. This is a sad indictment of what FPL's become this season, but I'm going to share it anyway. So I've just pulled up Tom Hadley FPL on X, and his latest post was 1 hour ago. I'll be honest, it looked like a Gabriel made a headed clearance in the end. And this dude is telling it's a headed clearance. Why the hell did it not count, Kanji? Give me my 2 points.
Because he passed it to the guy in front of him, bro. He was like 6 feet in front.
That's a headed clearance. It's a headed clearance. I don't care what you tell me. If Tom Hadley's saying it's a headed clearance, Opta need to sit there and someone put the +1 in.
The only reason I'm only on the other side of the argument, like it's irrelevant, really. Everyone owns Gabriel. Everyone that matters owns Gabriel, unless, I don't know. Everyone owns Gabriel, but like the reason why I'm on the other side of it is the main mini league rival. Because I took a -12, he now jumped me this week. He's the first time he's in first place in like 30 weeks this year, first time, and he captained Gabriel. So I'm sitting there like, I really hope it doesn't come in, because that's an extra probably +2 for DEFCON. There's a chance he gets this DEFCON and then Raya falls in the bonus and Gabriel goes up and now he's on 3 bonus. Like there's a big chance. Like it's just one thing that they have to find. So it could be a 3-point swing.
Honestly, I just sit there and go, if that is not counted as a DC, I give up. I actually have no idea what a DC is. That is the definition of what a clearance is to me. He's risen up. He's intercepted the ball. He caught interception, whatever the hell you want to call it, but he's put his bloody head on it. It's gone 30 meters up the other. Well, not 30 meters, 20 meters, 5 meters, whatever.
It's like 6 meters, bro, max.
He's cleared it away. Whatever it is, he's cleared it away. I'm sick of it. I just want them. Can you please, Mark Summons, just listen. I hope you get to this point in the show. You watch it back. Can you do the unit a favor and just remove the shitty aspect from the game? Because if I can't sit there and watch a football and tell what a DC is and what it isn't, it needs to go.
For a man who doesn't like talking about DCs, you spend an incredibly long amount of time talking about DCs.
I want my 2 points, Gary. I want my 2 points.
So, like, touching on the...
Go on, mate, go on.
Just touching on the actual stats from the game. Like, if we were looking at the XG, Arsenal picking up the win, you'd expect them to have more XG, right? No. Newcastle had 0.9 XG. Arsenal had 0.6. This is just what they do. They grind out some sort of goal. Once they get it, then they just sit back, sit deep, soak it up, keep possession, don't concede many big chances, and that's it. There was one moment in this game. I don't know if, Gary, you were watching it, or Darius. There was a moment Voltamade gets the ball on the edge of the box. He attracts people to him. He chips it in behind. And it's a really delicate chip because he's on like the edge of the deep. And he chips it. And it's a perfectly coming down to Wissa. And Wissa was known for being clinical. This is what he's known for. But he's out of form, out of confidence. And he just blazes it over the bar. He's like wide open. Like, he should have at least hit the target. But no.
100 million we spent on those 2 strikers. 100 million we spent on those 2 strikers, and they're not even starting half the time. It's
Why?
I don't know.
Because they're no good.
Really good. That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I was watching that game, right, and I actually think Özil is actually a pretty good striker. For what it's worth, I actually think he's actually pretty good. But I don't understand. You've literally sold Isaac for, what was it, 120 mil? Was that what they paid Kanji, roughly?
Something like that.
So they paid 120 mil. They've got 120 mil into the club. They then spend 70-something mil on Voltamada. They spend 40 mil on Vissa. Why the hell are you just not playing both of them together and just see what happens? I don't feel like I've watched Newcastle at all this season with both of them on the field for more than one game. I reckon there's one game I can recall they both started together. I could be wrong. Maybe they've started more, but I feel like I've not seen it. And I'm like, well, why the hell would you spend so much money on two players you don't even want to try and see if they can start and play together? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, it's only hell, isn't it? But lads, to bring the conversation back for a minute, actually, I'm going to give you a quick stat, which I didn't copy and paste from BBC Sport into Darius's chat earlier. Arsenal now have the most ever goals from corners in the Premier League history, 17, and the most to go 1-0 up 10. So it backs up what we've been saying. But what I was going to say is, to those of us that don't have Arsenal, how quickly do we need to rush them back into our side? So we have a quick look at their fixtures for the remaining 4 game weeks of the season.
You're probably better off going on Google and typing in Arsenal fixtures.
That's right, I've got it up now.
Because it'll show the Champions League games as well. But anyways.
Okay. But West Ham away, Burnley at home, Crystal Palace away. I mean, they're pretty bloody good fixtures, and they're back to winning ways. I mean, I was going to postpone it till game week 36 and then bring 2 or 3 back in. I think I've got to get Gabriel back in for there. If you sold Gabriel, surely you've got to get him back in, haven't you? Kanji?
100%. 100%. I think this is the thing. You guys need to chase Arsenal assets. You need to chase Crystal Palace assets. So what is the priority? That's the question.
Arsenal. I think. Right. Because Crystal Palace, Crystal Palace, one of their games is Man City in the double. Brentford away or Bournemouth away is not as good at Fulham at home, and they're not as good a team anyway. I don't even know. There's a possibility. It's very unlikely, but apart from the goalkeeper, maybe there's a possibility I only have 1 Crystal Palace in 36. I don't know about you, Darius. You haven't got any, have you?
I don't intend on bringing any in. I'm not going to lie. I looked at the 36 fixture, right, and so the Conference League finals start this week. Yeah, so like that's before 35. Then the second leg is before 36. Then they play 36. I don't want them for Man City. They're getting nothing other than 2 points at best against Man City. And are they even a guarantee to start against Everton in the first one? To be honest,
final game of season, Arsenal.
Yeah, exactly. Why would I bring them in? I
tend to agree.
Unless you have a free hit, but most people don't have a free hit, but maybe free them in. But otherwise, I would not bother with them. I just think I just let them go to the wayside and just move on.
Yeah, I don't think they're good assets. Yeah,
you are bringing in defenders. You're bringing in defenders. That's it.
Nah, you guys don't need Palace. It's fine. It's fine. How far are you guys ahead of me in the huh?
Bringing Canvo, so Kanji feels bad about it.
No, I'm actually just saying, like, I'm just like talking tongue in cheek. I think the interesting thing that people will find is that Brighton actually have good fixtures. They have Wolves and Leeds. So why do you need to bring in a Crystal Palace defender when you have Van Heck or Verbruggen sitting there with good fixtures? When and you guys don't have any Arsenal players, so you should be targeting those with higher priority. Like, you could be targeting a player that could win the Ballon d'Or this season. You could be targeting someone that's going to go down as one of the best center backs that we've seen in the modern era, right? So like, you should be targeting Gabriel, bring in Declan Rice, Bukayo Saka, whoever tickles your pickle, and go for them.
Lads, I'm going to move on to any last thoughts on the games from today before we go on to have a look at how we're getting on.
You see, like, just the discreet thought of you guys avoiding Crystal Palace is exactly what I hope the entire community does. So let's see what happens when we get there.
Kanji, I'll just bring you back to a very valid point for just memory. Gomez got 1 point on a double game week, and there's every chance that Sark could do exactly the same on a double game week.
And he had much better fixtures.
Yeah, true. I would say, like, Crystal Palace are notorious for being like the bogey team of Man City. So I think Crystal Palace could pick up a win or a draw in that game, and Arsenal could win the Premier League that week. I'm just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. We'll see.
Okay, first, so we're going to save me and Trig's team to last this week for reasons that may or may not become apparent. But Darius is top out of him and Kanji this week. Although, I mean,
I am, because I took -4 and he took a -12.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Darius is on
Wow.
34 points after the -4, 800k. Raya with 10, Gabriel's 16, captain, which is very nice. Mukalele and Eldoretti combining for a grand total of 0.
Yes.
Burmo, Fernandez, Rogers 2, Cunha, and Dango still to play. As I should have said, and Burmo and Fernandez are. Thiago still to play, and Bowen 10. Yeah, you must be pretty all right with this, Darius. I don't know if this is a red or a green. No, you're only 10 points behind me and Trig, but you've got 4 more players to play.
Wow.
To be honest with you, if the thing is, I was sitting there going, like, a lot of people have Bruno Fernandes captain, right? Like, if Bruno returns, probably one of them, Bruno or Cunha, probably return as well. Like, because one of them's either assisting Bruno or Bruno's assisting them. So I feel like, well, yeah, unless it's Casemiro, then I'm absolutely screwed. You're right, Kanji. But I don't think, realistically, I actually think I might somehow sneak a green arrow here. I'm only 5 points off a green arrow with 5 players left to go. And I do think
you'll definitely have a green arrow.
Thiago is probably going to be involved. And I think we're probably looking pretty good, I reckon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're going to, just in the players playing, you're going to get an extra 10 points. Which
No. The thing is, Bruno, no, everyone has like 3 players left. Most people have 3 left. Like Bruno Cap plus someone. Most people have Bruno Cap plus someone. But we'll see.
But I've got, a few more.
Like, the thing is, if Bruno has like one of those games where he picks up like a penalty, you're not going to look that good. But if he doesn't get a pen, then you'll be fine. You know what I mean?
But also, if Cunha and Mbeumo, one of them scores a goal, and then Thiago scores a goal, or Dango scores a goal, all of a sudden it's happy days.
Facts, bro. Like, Cunha and Mbeumo could outscore Bruno this week, and you're flying.
And the fact is, that double Sunderland defense, as stinky as it was, I'm gutted that I didn't actually just move Mukiele. Instead of getting Mukiele, just go for Saliba. I would have been 6 points better off and on the green already, and happy days. But
money for Saliba as well. We're in the same position.
That would have been, yeah.
Are you going to do that this game week?
I'm not sure, because Wolves. So Sunderland go away to Wolves, and I think that performance on the against Forest on Friday, I think they'll want to atone for that. And Wolves offered nothing against Spurs, and Sunderland are a way better team than what Spurs are. So I don't have too many issues with the Sunderland defense this week, to be honest. I think it could be all right on bench boost. So the one thing I look at is, like, I do want a third Arsenal player. Like, they're all gone. All the attackers have gone down injured. Like, so there's no one to pick. So, like, I didn't need to sell a defender. I'm like, well, then I'd probably do sell a Sunderland defender for a Saliba. So it's probably going to be Alderete for
Splash
Saliba.
that cat. You got saved up there, Darius. You got so much cash in your team.
I mean, why wouldn't you just save it for Bukayo Saka, though? Like, he looks really sharp when he came on. He had the assist. I think he had the shot on target. Then he had the assist to Odegaard, and then, like, he could have played Declan Rice in another moment as well. So, like, as soon as he comes on, the ball goes to him, bro.
You get injured in 5 minutes.
He probably cops a knock in the first 5 minutes, goes off of 1 point, Kanji. That's half the issue with him.
Okay.
But I'm quite happy. I'm quite happy with it, considering I took a -4 and the -4 did not pay off. So I bought in the -4 was Mukiele and Morgan Rogers. So I'm -2. I would have been better off just making no moves. I would have been better off making no moves, and I'd be 4 points better off.
Okay, you took a minus.
Players have extra fixtures later on. That's the thing.
No.
Yeah, so that's why I brought Rogers in, because I looked at the next fixtures. I was like, Rogers got Spurs at home, Burnley away. That looks like a pretty good fixtures. I quite like those 2 fixtures for him. If he scores, he scores. If he doesn't, he doesn't. If he does, when I need him, that's when I'm. And yeah, I kind of thought he'd do something against Fulham, but he didn't. That was unfortunate. But
bro, I've spent so many hours looking at chip strategy because I don't have any wild cards. So I need to spend extra time. I have considered Reynildo, I've considered Mukiele, I've considered Alderete with the bench boost 35 in mind. But because I already had Ismail Sarr, I was like, I can't go for bench boost 35. Like, I don't want to pick up a 0-pointer like these idiots with João Pedro. But I could have genuinely been in the same position as you. So you've been unlucky, bro.
I look at that team and sorry, one second, just to finish off, because I've literally picked players that I'm like, they're going to show up. Like, that's why I picked them. I want players that I know 100% if I'm playing a bench boost in a single game week, I want to know they're all going to show up. And I feel like this team, they are all going to show up.
Well, yeah, when are you using a triple captain, Ben? Triple captain 36?
36, yeah. The Nico O'Reilly I've got locked in for 36.
And bench boost?
Next week.
Wait, okay. Nico O'Reilly, triple captain.
Yeah, man. He's always playing. I told you this, Kanji. I told you this. I was like, I'm captaining him in 33 because he's going to bang. And he did. He banged just as much as Haaland, believe it or not. And I said he would, and he did. And he should have banged more, Kanji. He missed a glorious chance right at the end. Let's be fair.
Because that goal would have been full bonus because he would have had clean sheet and goal.
It would have been an extra 18 points I would have got if he just put the easy chance away, but he didn't. But I just think that I look at the double game week. If it's Brentford at home and Crystal Palace at home, I could see Man City keeping 2 clean sheets, and I could see Nico O'Reilly getting an attacking return. If that happens, like I thought it would happen the last time, and it almost did, Haaland would need to score 5 goals over the 2 games to match him. So why the hell would I triple captain him when I could triple captain a Nico O'Reilly? He can literally just get 2 clean sheets, 1 attacking return, and smash Haaland out of the water.
Okay, I want to move on to Kanji's team. So Kanji is on, and big applause for Kanji for coming on. He was a little bit doubtful about it in the week. He was a bit doubtful about it today. He's come on. He's a man. He's a man. He will stand in and face the scrutiny. So you took a -12, which would put you on 23 points, 260k. Kelleher still to play. Minoz 6, Chow 2, Gabriel 8, Richards 1, Fernandez captain, still to play, and Dye 2, Sabozai 1, Sar 5, Bowen 10, Tiago still to play. But so as you said, with your -12, you wouldn't have had a starting player without taking a team without those, would you?
Yeah, exactly. And with Gordon as well, like the idiot's just been dodging Newcastle. He missed training. I don't think he cares about Newcastle anymore. It seems like he's going to be out this summer.
He's Judas number 2 after Isaac.
Yeah. It's crazy. He was flirting with Liverpool a few seasons ago as well. Maybe he'll end up coming to us. Yeah. We do need some depth. I mean, I don't know. But anyways, like in terms of my team, the transfers were Rodon from Leeds to Richards. So that was a 1 point gain, but -4. So I'm down 3 points there. Van Heck 0-pointer to Munoz for a -4. So that gained me 2 points. So based on the Richards and Munoz one, it's kind of like a -8, but I have 7 points. So I've lost 1 point so far, but that's fine because I get an extra fixture down the road. No problem. Then it's Calvert-Lewin in for Bowen. So 10 points versus 0, -4, so +6. And then I'm already -1. So technically I'm +5 so far overall. And then Palmer for India, which is a free move. So I'm +7 overall on the last 12. Yeah, so I've gained points. But that's not a good thing. Like, I know it looks good, but this is poor planning. This is what happens when
you're in the situation you're in.
Exactly. Like, there's 2 ways to look at it. 1, you're a dumbass, so why are you in this position? And 2, you've made the most of your bad situation, right? So it's like, it's pros and cons. I will say I feel washed having taken a -12. Like, I feel like a washed FPL manager.
Oh, and not only that, Kanji, you've got the free Crystal Palace. So you're prepared.
Yes,
as well.
I'm prepped. I'm prepped for the future. Like, I'm thinking ahead. The fact, bro, when I already turned the game off, and then when I saw the notification it was 2-1, like it came up on my watch. I'm like, okay, hopefully it's Ismail Sarr because he always takes along. And then I saw Munoz and I was like, no way, like, bro, I just brought him in. And then I didn't even know Sarr got the assist until a couple minutes later. It was crazy. Anyways. But yeah, Bowen and India, I mean, those 2 were coming in. Pens 90 minutes. Those are my types of picks. And then Munoz and Richards. I think the mistake is Richards over Canvo, but let's live with it. Let's move forward. And I think for me, you can kind of see there's an issue here. Like I do also use review similar to Gary, but I try to play very different. I really try to target differential EV. Like you'll see me on Palmer captaincy, Bukayo Saka captaincy. You'll see me on these types of rogue differential picks. But I think Gary plays it a little bit more template. So I want to ask you, like, how do you find success using review? And then, like, what suggestions you have so I can adopt. Like that's kind of what I'm asking. So how do you use it successfully, and what suggestions do you have that I could change my game with?
I generally don't try and take risky picks. I think I align it a lot with effective ownership. So, you know, when, for example, this game week is a bad example because I ignored keeping Thiago in and I got bloody Solanke in. But, you know, I think a lot of the times, you know, like Trig says, you take into account effective ownership because a lot of the times review comes out with absolutely crazy suggestions, doesn't it? Like bring in, I don't know,
Dominic
Danzo. Yeah, Dominic Danzo's a bad example because he did well this week, didn't he? Or, I mean, this week's a free hit, so it's a bit different. But, you know, it tells you to bring in some crazy player that nobody owns and to sell a player that's maybe 80% because you're going to get 1 point on it. You know what I mean?
Was Harry Wilson predicted this week to do well, Gary?
Yeah, I don't think he was in the draft. I think Simons was in. But yeah, there were a lot of players that were predicted to do well this week. But, you know, well, that's a good example, Darius. Harry Wilson was one that was an effective ownership block. You know what I mean? Because he's like 20%. It was him and Thiago. Unfortunately, I've probably gone for the wrong one. Do you know what I mean? But it's different. It's like Trout does what you're saying, doesn't he, Kanji? He engages with the risk a lot of, you know, these players. So I think it's about mixing it with effective ownership, really.
Right. And then so coming back to
telling, sorry, one sec, just to cut in, just to ask a really interesting question. So your rank, Gary, you're in the just inside the top 100K?
I'm 60,000 something now, yeah.
Yeah. So, well, yeah, 60,000. How can you tell? Is there a way of telling when you're looking at it what other people are doing around you? Does it give you that stat or not?
How do you mean? No, don't. What other moves other people are making?
Yeah.
No, that'd be an interesting thing if it did do that. If it told you
can't
like, what
see
other
it on review, but there are people like Johnny that like will post like what the Analytics Elite 64 and Analytics 64 are doing, so you can just see what their transfers are.
But did they do that prior to
post game week, right? Because you need all the data, you collect
That's
it.
what I mean. That's what I mean. I think Darius is saying before. Is that what you're saying?
So like you'd sit there and see what everyone owned that week, and then be like, okay, no, and then go somewhere else.
No, but I guess you can look at the transfers page, can't you, on FPL? But it's not going to give you an accurate representation, really.
Well, we low key have two versions of the game. We have like the casuals, like the Dariuses, and then no, I'm kidding. We have the casuals, and then we have like the engaged community, right? So it's kind of like there's two different portions of people that play the game. So I guess my question to you, Gary, is like, how do you weigh up like the risky picks on the solver versus the EO, and like how do you tread that fine line? And I'll give you an example specifically because I'll always come back to this. Nick, I never want to talk bad on Nick, but look, he's having a wonderful season. But one moment where I think he played it wrong was with Palmer captaincy versus Burnley. He got the points. I think Holland ended up scoring, and then Palmer blanked, I think, versus Burnley. But I was telling him in that week, Palmer cap versus Burnley is what winners do. Like Holland captain is what losers do. Or not losers, people that don't want to win. People that don't want to win will captain Holland. But people that want to win, captain Palmer. That was what my point was. I don't know. Anyways, I agree. I'm coming back to like the point of like, how do you weigh up the risky picks versus the EO?
All depends on where you want to finish, doesn't it? Like now, I am happy now to be 60,000. You know, after the season I've had, I would be happy to be 60,000, which probably means I should have bloody kept Thiago this week. Do you know what I mean? Whereas Trig, I think, he's always trying to push, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? He's never happy. So he went for.
He's hedging bets. He's hedging his bets. He just wants to protect. Every game week, he's protecting. I never hear him.
I disagree. He's trying to get in the top 10K. He's very close.
10 years ago.
He's 11,000.
He's still trying to get there. Gary, look at his team this week. Is he trying to get in there? Like, Trig would know that the majority of people around him are doing the exact same shit. So, like, if you're doing the exact same shit, are you really going to gain much rank if it bangs? No. The answer is no. So, like, is he really trying to get in the top 10K, or is he just trying to protect where he is right now? Because I'd argue it's probably more the latter.
It's difficult, isn't it? Because what the overall crowd will be doing will be nothing like this. But probably what the top 10K are doing, as you said earlier, Darius, is probably very similar to this. Or they're going to be free hitting, or they'd have used their free hit last week. So, I don't know. It's a difficult one. Should I read Trig's team out while we're here? So he's on. I'll cover both of us. So me and Trig, we've only got one player different. I've got Wilson. He's got Javi Simons. So he's got Ray at 10, Gabriel 8, Virgil 4, Porro 9, Javi 3, Szoboszlai 1, Rice 2, Salah 1, Fernandez, captain obviously still to play, Solanke and Bowen, and he's on 11,000. I'm on 66,000, which is a bit of a green arrow at the minute, but I doubt it's going to remain. And as I say, same team apart from Wilson, he got 2. So frustrating when he got booked. And Porro and Szoboszlai. I reckon Porro would have got 3 blooming bonus points if he hadn't been.
Nah.
You're right, Darius.
Oh, nah. I've just seen the A teams. Oh, my God. This dude has been leading the D Unit Mini League all season long, Gary. I've just seen his free hit. He's done. He's been caught. He's no longer the leader of the D Unit Mini League. He's been cooked. He is free hitted Gary, and he's on 12 points with 2 players left.
Who did he have?
So he's gone from 44 in the world down to, I don't know where he's gone, but this is where he's got. Roofs, 0 points. Ballard, 0 points. Keane, 1 point. Tarkowski, 3 points. Ndai, 2 points. Diarra, 1 point. Dirty Dom, 1 point. Rice, 2 points. Watkins, 2 points. Thiago still to play, and Bruno Fernandes captain. Oh, my God. He is going to be the twat of the week.
I mean, Darius, that is a different. Pick him up. Pick him up. That's a differential free hit.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's brilliant. It's just gone so badly wrong. I feel so bad for him because, like, he's sat there, tried to play a free hit, bet it against the crowd, and hoped it banged. And sadly, literally no one has returned. No one. That is such bad luck. I feel so bad for him. Like, that is. I've got no words for that. That is, and then look at his bench. Munoz 6 points first bench. Danzo last on his bench 5. Like, he's had no returns on field. That's actually, I love it. I love that. That's what I would do. I did the same thing last year. I played a different chip strategy. I tried to win FPL, and sometimes when you try to win, that can happen. But I love his courageous effort to try and win the game. And that is, I just wanted to shout it out. I feel so bad for the guy, but I love that play because that is something I would do if I was in his position.
See, that's the thing, right? Like, if you try to be different, it can backfire and you can just get smashed. And if you try to be different, you win the game though, right? Like, that's the thing. Like, you weigh up the pros and cons.
I mean, I'll ask you guys.
I'm actually gutted for him. I was hoping he was going to win the shirt. He's been brilliant all season. Oh, I hope that doesn't kill him. But yeah.
I'll ask you guys a question before we go and look at Nightmare and Roberto's team. How much are you fearful of the free hitters in 35 and what they can catch up? I know you guys got more chip stuff. You've still got your bench boost and your triple captains, don't you? But the free hit is obviously the most powerful. How much do you fear them, catching up with us or overtaking us? Kanji?
Well, like, Palace, like, I wouldn't really trust Mateta's minutes. Sarr would be the only attacker I would want. Sarr and Munoz would be the two locks from them. And then the third one is really up to you. Like, you can go to Mateta if you want. You could go to a second defender. You could go to Henderson. Like, it's really up to you. But I don't think there's much to gain because one of the fixtures in the double is Man City, right? So you're not going to be that fearful of what they can do. It's really just, will they get the DEFCONs? Can they get a counter-attacking goal like they did versus Liverpool? So... And you can't really trust the minutes either because they have the Europa League as well. So I don't know.
We could put together a quick wildcard draft when we finish looking at teams, couldn't we?
Yeah, for sure.
Not that it's doing it, but we could do that, couldn't we?
I saw just like a random shout. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, mate, go on.
There was like a random shout to FPL Raptor, and he was actually probably the only player that benched points in the entire game this week. Like, I think he benched Munoz, and Munoz scored. I don't know why he benched him, but he did bench him. I guess he believed that Liverpool were going to win, and he was right, but unlucky for him.
Yeah, I watched the video the other day where he said he's given up on his season. I don't think he's not doing. He's back where you are, I think, and he's about 300,000. But I think he said he's writing it off and he's going to win next year. Anyway, so this is young Roberto's team, who as always has had the most players play. So he's got Raya. Actually, no, he's not actually. I tell a lie. Me and Trig have had more players play. Raya on 10, and he's on the PubCast this week, young Roberto. Or what's his new nickname? His new nickname, the Weirdo.
That's great.
What is it? Weirdo? Please explain.
So earlier on in our group chat, I decided, on Black Box they call Let's Talk FBI Andy slippers for basically no reason. So we're all going to have our own random nicknames. Mine is Lulu. Kanji's is Biscuit. D-Unit is Double. Trig is the Chickie. And Nightmare is Foxy Lady. And then D-Unit... and then Roberto came in and he was like, I've not got a nickname. I was like, you've already got one, the Ghost. And he was like, I don't want to be left out. So I was literally just using a random nickname generator. I pressed it and then I sent him it and it came up the Weirdo. He's the Weirdo. Okay, right. Raya with 10. 251k. Raya 10. So the Weirdo will be on the podcast Wednesday. Canati 4, Gabriel 8, Pedro Pro 9, Salah 1, Fernandez to the play, and Die to he's on free hit as well. Xavi Simons 3, Thiago's to the play, Watkins 2, Bowen 10. This is a bit less template than me and Triggs, but it's still pretty template. I mean, to be fair, he's got more points than us, and he's still got a player to play. So I think he's played a pretty good free hit. Yeah, guys, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I think the key differential was Jared Bowen in an attack this week. In defense, it was Pedro Porro, and then double Arsenal defense. So he's pretty much covered where all the points came from, apart from Morgan Gibbs-White, but nobody really owns him, so his EO is low. I'm sure that will change next week, I have a feeling. So he's done well. He didn't even go too strong on Liverpool. He didn't go to Soboslai, so he's chilling. I don't know why he went to Watkins, but look, people have their affinity with Watkins and Rodgers, so I don't want to say anything, because one day they'll have a lot of points, and I'll be sitting here like, good for you guys, But yeah, like he's doing well. Just to shout out Roberto, his season, he was having a horrid one. In game week 28, he was 1 million. In game week 32, he was at 600k. He wildcarded, gained 300k in rank. He went from 600k to 300k in game week 32, and then I think that was in 32 he was 600k. In 33 he was 300k. And this week, he's 266k. So he's done pretty well climbing up the ranks. He has saved all of his chips till now. And he still has a triple cap left to play. So he has a genuine opportunity to finish in the top 100k. Now, obviously, he's going to need Holland or O'Reilly, whoever triple captains, to do some heavy lifting. But I don't know what his actual team looks like right now because this is his free hit. But he has a genuine chance, and that's all you can ask for.
Yeah, I forgot about it. I'm guessing he's going to wildcard this week.
No, he used all his chips. He used all of them except triple captain.
Oh, he's used them. Okay.
Yeah, so he went the same strategy as you, except instead of Van Heck, he went Cuddy.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I do remember. Yeah, and he's overtaken you, Kanji. Unfortunately, I have to say, I think you're now in a battle for third instead of second.
I'm so annoyed. Lessons for next season.
Yeah, and it looks like Andrew's he's still got a chance, but it looks like he's gonna get the wooden spoon here. I think
he's locked for a wooden spoon. He's locked.
Yeah, but he's 32 points.
Sorry, Andrew.
35 points behind you now. So he's on 1.1 million. Keller is still to play. Gabriel 8, Virgil 4, Mukalele 0, Fernandez captain, Wilson 2, Rodgers 2, Dewsbury All's probably his highlight of his game week with 8, Watkins 2, Thiago still to play, Havertz 4. I think he used three free transfers this week, didn't he? I can't remember if you lads. They were free transfers though. I know he got Dewsbury Hall in, and Watkins. I can't remember who for.
Havertz. He got Havertz as well.
Havertz. Oh, Havertz.
That's bad luck. That's such bad luck.
Yeah.
Watkins. Obviously, Havertz injured
before he got injured. You know.
Yeah. At least he returned.
Yeah. How badly is he affected by the injury?
This is an interesting question. We don't know how long Havertz is out. Do you think he'll come back for the Burnley game? I mean, that really is the money fixture in 37. So do you think he should just bench him until then?
Depends on what Arteta says, I suppose. But you can't trust what Arteta says. This is the hard bit of it.
Does he still have the bench boost as well, or has he already used it? Do you remember?
By the way, can we shout out that Havertz beat Kanji's differential, Trig's differential, Andrew's differential, and Roberto's differential within like 40 minutes and got himself injured and then went off. All your players sucked. Casemiro's going to beat Havertz all day long for what it's worth. But that's
Bruno assists to Casemiro.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know. He used the wild card. He's used the treble captain. I'm not sure about the bench boost. He used the free last week, didn't he?
He still has the
bench boost left.
Havertz got to go then.
He could still get in the top 1 million, couldn't he? He could still get in the top 1 million.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Let's have a look at the top mill. Jesus Christ, bro.
Yeah, I want us all to be in the top million. So let's have a look at the players that can hurt us on Monday because there's no games tomorrow. Fernandez is of the players I own 190%. And then only of players over 5%. There's not actually that many. So I reckon you can.
What's Thiago's EO? Is it like 30% maybe? 40%?
Thiago's, this is why I reckon Darius could do all right on Monday. Thiago 40%, which is 41%. And then Cunha's only 16.
Bruno is 6%. This guy used to be like 60%.
What? 6%? Yes, that's what we love to hear.
Yeah, and Keller at 5. So if they come in for you, Darius, I reckon you could do all right, man.
Wow. If this game finishes 4-3, there's a Dango goal, Thiago brace, and a Dango assist, and then a Bruno Fernandes, a couple of assists, Bruno double, and Kenya double. I'm going to sit there and probably be up Gary's ass. I won't be up Gary's ass. I'll be on top of Gary's ass.
Despite the fact the points difference now between us is 149.
Oh, get me close. Maybe they need to score 10 goals, 10-0, 10-9, 10-9. Thiago with 9 goals and Cunha and Mbumo combining for 10.
But yeah, just so you know, from here on in, Darius is the captain now. He's the one with the chips in hand. So let's see how far you can go.
I mean, how many points is he behind you and Roberto?
I reckon I can beat Kanji and Roberto.
You can't. Bro, I have 2 chips in hand. You can't catch me, bro.
Well, you've got you probably pick players like Solanke, so I reckon I probably can.
No. I got India though. So
you bought Richards instead of Cambo.
Yeah, I'm so
I told you. You know what's really funny, right? So, chat. I actually sat there. I did an impassioned 10-minute spiel about all the stuff, about how better Cambo was instead of Richards.
And it was very convincing. It was the XG stats and the DEFCON stats combined were in Canvo's favor.
And Nightmare was convinced he was going to do it. But Kanji was like, nah, I'm going to go Richards.
It's just the minutes, bro. I don't know who this man is. I've never heard of him. Next season,
lock.
consider him.
He left.
Next year.
Cambo came in. That's it.
Oh, such a dumb name.
Locked. 90-minute man. Locked.
Lad, should we do a wildcard 31 draft? Even though none of us are on it.
Of course.
I don't know if you guys got the fixtures in front of you. You can maybe guide me. So, right, I'm going to say O'Reilly, Semenyo, Haaland.
Is Semenyo a lock? He wasn't even part of the squad today. I'm sure.
Do you want to put Turkey in?
Yeah, I'd put Turkey instead of him. Save the money.
Okay.
Yeah, not taking Semenyo, man. He's 100%. I actually, to be honest with you, I would actually go double City defense.
Nah. Please.
Kanji, I'm telling you, man. I've been there. I had triple City defense on free hit. It banged. They all returned, baby.
Yeah, you could be right. It's just Arsenal.
Should we do a little poll?
You got to remember, effective ownership. This is the time of the season, Kanji, where you take it on, baby. If you want to sit there and just die on that hill on 1 billion rank, then you just sit there and go, yeah, whatever. Yeah.
So are we gonna assume like they have a bench boost or no? Like, what's the plan here?
Pick players for the game weeks, like good players till the end.
I reckon we've assumed bench boost because I don't think they'd have saved the wild card for this song if they didn't have it, would they?
Okay, then if they still have the bench boost, then Henderson has to come in.
Okay.
Does he?
Right, so I've put a poll out. I'm gonna see what the chat think about Kirky versus the City defender. So we'll take him out for a minute. So who do you want? Who do you want?
Raya Henderson.
Raya
Henderson. I know it sounds expensive, but that is the way to play it.
I disagree. If you're so you're going to say
Gabriel. I've got to get Gabriel in.
They could have triple captain in 36, and then they bench boost in 37, and then you don't want Palace assets at all.
I know.
Let's focus on Arsenal for a minute. Third Arsenal. We've got to have 3 Arsenal.
It's Raya, Saliba, and Raya. It's Raya, Saliba, and Gabriel. Sorry, those are the 3.
Raya,
Saliba. Can we leave these 2 and then save the last spot for later? Let's just see whatever else we can fill in.
Okay, so Palace.
Munoz.
If you're bench boosting, you're getting 3 Palace, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
You're not bench
Anyone
boosting.
on Wildcard this week should have triple Palace. Anyone on Wildcard.
I agree with that.
I disagree with this.
I don't
100%
think
disagree.
We've been outvoted because there's 2 of us.
Well, look at it. No, but like this makes no sense. You're backing in triple Crystal Palace. This is the idiots that we're talking about that believed in triple Spurs this week that we're listening to that saying that triple Palace are a good idea. It's not.
But
I can tell you
the whole chip strategy is based around this.
Yeah, but triple Brighton against Wolves at home is a hell of a lot better than triple Palace against Everton at home and Man City away. You cannot sell me that is incorrect. Brighton will keep a clean sheet. Crystal Palace probably won't because in 36, they're not going to play their first strength team. And then they're not going to do it against Man City. They get through to the Europa Conference League final. They are resting players. They're going to lose both games comfortably. I would be more inclined to bring in Tarkowski for a 15-pointer than a Palace defender for 36. Also, FYI, if you're bench boosting in 36 on a strategy, Aston Villa have Burnley away. Why the hell would you go for not triple Villa and triple Brighton?
Well, they have nothing to fight for, though. Like, they're not going to be fighting for top 6 because Chelsea's
Brighton are fighting for Europe. Brighton are fighting for Europe. Kanji, come on, wake up, man.
No, Brighton for sure. I think we should go for one Brighton asset for sure. I don't know
Gentlemen,
who it will be.
Can I interrupt? Right. Me and Kanji, this is a democratic process. We're going for 3 Crystal Palace. Although I agree with Darius, I will not probably be bringing in many Crystal Palace players. I think if you've gone for this wildcard, this strategy, you're going Crystal Palace, right? So I put Henderson in. I think that's a no-brainer.
Yeah. Munoz and Sar.
Munoz.
for the 2 points. 1 point off the bench in both games.
We'll see about that. We'll see about that.
Oh, I'm calling it now. I'm calling it now. Anybody that does this and does that, you're blocking yourself in for 4 points from 3
We'll
players.
see about that. Jared Bowen for sure. End the season with Jared Bowen.
Mm-hmm.
You don't wait for game week 36, Kanji. He's got Arsenal at home, man. If you're on this strategy, you're not picking Jared Bowen until game week 37. Like, this is the problem. Like, you've got to look at the fixtures. Arsenal at home is not a fixture where Bowen's going to go mega. Let's be fair.
Yeah, true. So where are you going to go? DCL?
Probably. He's got Spurs.
Right, let me have a look at the chat and see what the chat are thinking. All right, Turkey is miles ahead, so we're going Turkey. What can we give the chat a poll for Arsenal, the third Arsenal?
It's got to be triple Arsenal defense.
Third Arsenal.
It makes sense.
Well, who would the other? It'd be Rice, wouldn't it? I guess. I can't think of anyone else.
Yeah, Rice, Saka. Yeah.
Saliba.
Actually, Gibbs White on 36 could be good because he's got Newcastle at home. So Gibbs White he'd have Newcastle at home in 36, which is a very good fixture.
The man in form.
And Newcastle shit. Sorry, Nightmare. Sorry, Gary. They're shit.
Let's stick. So the chat have spoken. We will throw Turkey in there. It gives us a bit more money to spend. Right, Darius, you want some Aston Villa and Brighton, right? Well,
I want Bart Simpson in goal. I don't want Henderson in goal. I think Bart Simpson.
You've been outvoted. You've been outvoted.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, Henderson's not going to keep a clean sheet in either of those games, so Bart Simpson's automatically going out.
No, it's like he's 6
points away. Van Heck, do you want a Van Heck?
No, because I want triple Arsenal defense.
Okay, well, the chat are deciding that.
Well, O'Reilly and Gabriel would start every game anyway. And so then it's just like Munoz has already got the double in 36.
So I like Everton players because they've got Crystal Palace away in 36. And
okay, but I'm gonna stick Van Heck in, even though Club Arsenal defense is winning, because we still got another position. We might run out of money though, mightn't we?
Let's see. Let's try.
Remind me not to bloody press. Remind me to cancel this, lads.
Restore.
Press confirm.
That's literally the only way you're going to catch me is if that happens.
Imagine I just need Gary to keep drinking beers. Gary keeps drinking beers, and then we'll get to the field. I just press the confirm button.
Yo, Gary got so paranoid. He refreshed the screen. He got so paranoid.
No, I've just checking out the fixtures. So Brighton, yeah, I agree. We've got to have more Brighton, haven't we? What about Gross?
Yeah.
Oh, piss off! He's just got bullshit lucky. You're not going to get bullshit lucky again. Let's be fair here. Come on, turn it up, Kanji.
And Villa, you said, yeah, I think we need to get some Brighton and Villa in it. I agree, Darius. But who? Rodgers?
Yeah, I guess Rodgers and Cash would be where you'd go.
Yeah, I think we've got to keep that slot open for
who?
Saliba.
The chat are going to get us to get Saliba, I think.
Saliba.
Oh, okay. Saliba's coming in. Okay.
So let's get.
Has to. Well, you've heard Arsenal's just not reliable. If you pick a midfielder, if you pick Saka, he could bang, but you don't know if he's actually going to show up. He could get injured. Saliba, Gabriel, Raya, you kind of know they're going to show up.
I mean, Saliba 55%, Saka 36%. So maybe there'll be some.
Yeah, I voted Saka.
That's Kanji. That's Kanji on all his burners. Let's be fair.
You're not supposed to vote on our own screen.
No, he just looks so good in the 10 minutes. That's what I'm telling you. Look good.
Yeah, we've only got 9.8 million to spend on these.
Gross and Calvert-Lewin. Does it fit?
Let's have a look. Calvert-Lewin. What are their fixtures? You got them in front of you, mate.
Calvert-Lewin,
No,
I think it's like,
we can't afford that. We can't afford that. We're going to have to adjust.
well, the money should be coming out from Rodgers, to be honest. He's like a luxury own.
Okay. Calvert-Lewin, let's have a look at his fixtures. Burnley, but yeah, all right, I agree. Calvert-Lewin is more value.
As soon as you see Burnley and Spurs in there, you're like, say less.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got 6.2 for this last midfield spot. We've got 3 Arsenal, got 3 City, we've got 3 Palace.
If only there was like a 6.2 midfielder that played for Everton that was on penalties or something like that. I don't know if there is.
We've got 0 Aston Villa in here, mate. We need to get someone from Aston Villa, surely. I don't know who. Aston. What the hell is going on? Oh, it's because it's a fine player. All right. Aston Villa. See if we can get a midfielder, yeah.
Marco Bizot.
Tielemans?
Bro, I don't want any of those. I'm good. I'd rather go for Gibbs White, to be honest, or Isak.
We could go for a Leeds mid.
I don't know.
We've got 6.2 million, mate.
Soboslai.
What are the chat saying? Meerkat's in there. Meerkat's in.
What did he say?
This is his wildcard draft. Henderson, Verbruggen, Gabriel Munoz, O'Reilly, Gahey, Kadia Guglu, whoever you say it, Bruno Sarr, Gibbs White, Rogers, Wilson. This is basically the same as ours, Charlie.
Gibbs White and then Wilson in the midfield.
How much is Gibbs White? Yeah, I agree, Gibbs White. Can we afford him? No, he's 7.6.
Keenan Dewsbury Hall, Tavernier, Ndiaye, Okafor. Interesting. Some interesting shouts in the chat.
You're missing someone. You're missing the Casemiro farewell tour. Legit, you're missing the Casemiro farewell tour. He's 100% scoring another 2 goals before the end of the season.
I don't actually mind that. I don't mind that. Give me some options. We'll let the chat decide.
Surely we should be targeting someone that's gonna either get DEFCONs. What about Elliot Anderson? Would you consider him or no?
No.
No.
Fixtures are ass.
Who cares? The guy ends up with 4 points every game.
Country, we're targeting ceiling here, mate. Not just the biscuits off the floor.
Yeah, but not with like worst player in the team. I'm targeting with 4 points.
Right, last mid slot. Read me out some things. We've got Ndiaye. I'm just going to read these out of the chat. Ndiaye. Okafor. Do we want Okafor? Yeah,
dude. What does Henderson Verbruggen get you? Like, what fixtures does Henderson Verbruggen get you?
KDB. I don't know.
Gets you not many clean sheets, I can tell you that much.
Charlie, are you bench boosting? He probably is bench boosting because all his players are starting. He probably is.
Yeah. I'm assuming he's wildcard now and bench boost 36 when they're doubling.
All right, okay. Anderson has been suggested as an option, so I'm going to put him in. I mean, to be fair, he bloody cleared up this week, didn't he?
He did clean up 9 points. Goal, DEFCON.
Yeah, and that was... Charlie Meerkat is bench boosting. He's strong with Brighton players for the Wolves fixture. Yeah, so he's with Darius there.
I mean, you could go well back in the Bowen spot and then get to Bowen in 37.
I'm going to show you what you should do.
Anyway,
I would. Yeah, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. You've just spent a lot of money in defense. Like I would want some money in the.
I mean, considering I've had 5 beers now, and none of us are actually
press confirm.
None of the 3 of us are on Wildcard. I think we've not done a bad draft, considering we've not thought about it at all. I've not even looked at FPL review, ladies and gentlemen.
Not a bad effort.
I think that's all right. I'm not sure I'd go with exactly this draft, but we've got 3. We've got 2 Brighton. I'd just like to have a Villa in there because their fixture's good. I think I would actually go. We'll see what the chat think, but I would actually think Okafor, who's ahead.
I know what I would do. Hold on, I'll show you in a sec.
Yeah,
so this is my team value. To be fair, so you might not be able to afford this.
Yeah, of course.
We're finishing this draft first, Darius.
Yeah, it's fine.
We can put Anderson in there if that's what the chat want. Elliot Anderson. I'm cool.
Okay, all right, I'm going to give you 1 more minute chat to vote, and then we will go. What's Nottingham Forest's fixtures?
They've got Newcastle home in 36, which is a nice fixture, to be fair.
Yeah, it is at the minute, isn't it?
And like a lot of the teams at the bottom, they have something to fight for. I don't really think they can rotate.
Chelsea, Newcastle, Man United, Bournemouth. I mean, I guess he'll probably pick up Defcons every match, won't he, to be honest?
That's what I'm saying. He just needs 1 return in one of those games, and he's going to be a good pick.
5 points. Yeah, probably. And actually, that would give us some
Kanji, I've found the draft. I've literally spent all my money on this draft, and I reckon it bangs.
All right, let's hear what you're cooking. Let's hear it.
No, Darius, put it in the chat, mate, and I'll switch to you. It's Okafor. Okafor has won the poll.
Okafor, who the hell is Okafor, by the way? He's the Leeds midfielder, right?
The Leeds guy, yeah, the Leeds guy.
Dude, what is this? Who is this?
Well, they've got good fixtures. They've got Burnley, Spurs, Brighton, West Ham.
Bro,
so I don't think that's
14 and 15 points. What the hell? Oh, he was the guy that was the one scoring the goals.
Oh, bloody hell. Do you know what I did? I have actually swiped off the team now by accident. I'm not building that entire thing again. Right, it was Okafor was the last player. Oh, that is my team. Right, Okafor was the last player. If you want to see what it looked like, go back and have a look. Okay,
I'm doing DCL to Welbeck 36, but might.
Do you know what? This just came back, and because I wasn't used to it, because I'm used to seeing the free hit team. I saw this and I thought, oh my god, Gary, because I just saw Gross and I thought you pressed bloody you pressed confirm, didn't you?
The team isn't that far away from yours, to be honest.
No, it's not. But that's good for me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get rid of JP and Palmer and you just move on to someone else.
This is a draft. No Palace. Bench boost 36. This is a draft.
Dammy.
Nice.
That is the draft. You don't beat that.
Dammy.
That's good.
What
Palace?
What game are you playing with no Palace? What the hell?
Hey, look at the teams that are and who they play in 36.
Brother, no Palace. Like, why did you wait to hold?
You don't need no Palace. You don't need no Palace, Kanji. In 36, if you're bench boosting 36, you do not need Palace.
Brother.
You've got your
Triple
Cities are locked. Triple City's locked. Yeah.
Darius, can you read it out, mate, for people listening?
Yeah. So, all right. So this is the team in 36, right? So you've got Raya, Gabriel, and Saliba at home. Away at West Ham United. You're trying to lock in the clean sheet there. You've got Mateus Nunes, O'Reilly, and Haaland probably doubling against Crystal Palace at home and Brentford at home. Then you've got Man United's Bruno Fernandes and Cunha away at Sunderland, and based on what we saw on the weekend, you'd back it in. Then you've got Gibbs White and Anderson of Nottingham Forest, both at home against Newcastle. At home against Newcastle in 36. Then you've got Welbeck, Van Heck, Verbruggen at home against Wolves in 36. And you've got Rodgers and Watkins away at Burnley in 36. You can't tell me that's not the best draft in 36. You don't need Palace. All those fixtures are banging for all those players. You don't need a doubler.
I don't know. Over 2 Nottingham Forest seems a bit knee-jerk.
Newcastle home, Gary. We've just seen Newcastle for the 3rd straight game offer nothing.
No, I'm actually okay with it. I think double Aston Villa attack is weird.
It's fine.
Like, get rid of one of them and go.
It's Burnley. It's Burnley, Kanji. Come on, man.
No, I get it. Frick, how do you have no Palace in here, bro? Munoz and Sarr, get them in. I don't know how.
I actually think that Glasgow's going to realize they're safe. They don't need to play in the Premier League. This is what exactly Ange did last year, and you play the bloody under-18s. I have no faith in Palace showing up for the double game week. I reckon you get 1 game out of them. If you get 1 game, I don't want the 1 game. I really don't want
right. You might be right. But you got to take the risk with the wild card. That's the thing.
This is the risk. This is the team.
I see exactly what you think. Like, based on your perspective of Palace being like an avoid, then I understand what you're doing. I get it.
People scores. If Munoz isn't going to score if he's not in the team, folks. He's not going to score if he's in the team. Like, I can tell you what's going to happen. They're going to get to the Europa Conference League final, and I can tell you who's starting the right wing back. It's not bloody Munoz. It's Nathaniel Klein. His son. Like, you guys need to wake up.
You can't go on Wildcard.
Do you know what Munoz's scores were in like the games against Brentford, Arsenal, Bournemouth, and Everton? Bro, he had 6 points versus Brentford, 2 points versus Arsenal, 10 points versus Bournemouth, 8 points versus Everton. That's pretty good. And then you add in Man City just for a free 2 points.
But he's not going to play for a free 2 points. That's the issue.
Yeah, well, hopefully he misses Man City, and then then I have my triple city, and they go fire with my triple captain. Hopefully,
that's why I'm so hot on triple captain 36. I was like, that they're literally going to get a free hit against Crystal Palace. They are just going to show up and be beaten.
How did Man City do versus Palace earlier in the year? Do you remember?
I'll tell you in a second.
3-0 Man City. Shit, didn't expect that. Let me tell you. Frig. Holland hat trick or Holland brace, I think. Oh, God. 0 points from 90 minutes of Munoz and Richards. Yeah, I look forward to it.
Lads, we've been going for 2 hours. I think we should probably wrap up at this point. But a very enjoyable stream. We've covered a lot there. So yeah, please do like and subscribe if you're new around here. Please, we'll be back the same time I think next week, lads, because there's no. It's all right with you guys. There's no 7:40 next week. There's no evening match on.
Oh, it's another Friday night game. Oh, piss off!
It is, yeah, it is.
I hate Friday night football.
And please join us on the podcast this week, where Richard Clark from the Green Albion,
wow,
the weirdo.
The weirdo is crazy, bro.
The Chicky, Trig, and myself, Lulu. Lads, where can we find you? Kanji.
Yeah, well, honestly, I'm surprised you guys got me out of bed today. So I did not want to come on, but I came on. So happy to be here. I'm glad I did it as well. You and Nightmare were right. Just go and do it. You'll feel better. So it was fun. Shout out to the chat. Hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing me here. And you can always find me on Twitter at Kanji FPL.
Yeah, unlike myself and D Unit, you do actually put out some very informative tweets, Kanji. You know me. I just post my streams and you don't do much different. Darius, I suppose for you, it's all obviously everyone will know where to find you or wherever. It's all here.
All on Monday night, baby.
All Monday night, sorry.
Monday night.
You can't see the screen, yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be doing the watch.
I was just looking at next week's fixtures. What the hell? It's May Day next week in the UK, isn't it? That's why there's Monday night football. That's weird.
And Tuesday night.
Oh, it's a bank holiday weekend. Excellent.
Well, it's not Tuesday night. It's Monday night. That's 3 a.m. Tuesday morning for me.
Weekend,
so it's Monday night. But like, there's a game at 10 o'clock on Monday night. I mean, what are they trying to do to me? They're trying to kill my sleep, mate. I'm just going to sleep. I'm not watching Chelsea, Nottingham Forest. They're crap. Too crap.
Yeah, but Man City, Everton is after that.
Yeah, I'm going to wake up and do a watch along for that game. I'm not doing one for the Chelsea, Nottingham Forest game. I can just piss off back to sleep.
Are you guys going to captain Holland next week?
No.
What's
I don't know. I'm captaining Bruno Fernandes against
for fuck's sake.
They are ass. They are complete ass. Oh, what I watch tonight, Bruno Fernandes is going to sit there, ding the ball over the top to Mbumo. Mbumo's going to run in behind the slow ass, turning slow truck that is called the Virgil Aura. He's just going to say hello, goodbye, and ball pass and just score multiple goals next week.
How many assists is Bruno on right now? Is he on 18 or something?
18.
And the record is what, 20 or 21?
20.
Nah, if he gets 21, he's broken the record. It's 20.
Oh, really? Damn. You could pretty much. I'm not going to captain Bruno in 36 because of the double. So maybe 35, 37, he might be the play. I don't know. No, I'm not going to do it versus Liverpool. That's crazy.
I reckon you should.
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Lads, let's end the stream. Mate. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Thank you for Kanji and especially for joining us, and of course the lovely Darius, the bubble.
All right, gentlemen.
Good luck on Monday. We will see you next week.
Take care, fam.